What in the heck is going on at the borders of the United States? James Martin here. Let's break it down. Did you know that when you enter the United States, you have very limited rights? And nobody, apart from U.S. citizens, have the right to enter the United States. So anytime you leave the United States, you are running a risk. Now, let's not overstate this. The risk is very small if your paperwork is in order and you have been lawfully present in the United States. Or is it? The problem with the Trump administration is the rules of the game have been radically changed. And people, legal permanent residents, are getting turned around at the border and sent back home for a variety of reasons. Let me just give you a few examples. Example number one. If you are a permanent resident of the United States and you decide to leave the United States for more than a year, you are not supposed to be coming back on your green card because you are deemed to have abandoned your permanent residency if you did not get a prior approval for staying out longer than 1 year. So what happens to people is they stay out more than a year, and then they come back to the United States, and because Uncle Sam sees everything, right? He sees that you've been out of the United States for more than a year. And in the past, what they were doing with people like this was they were giving them a special piece of paper saying, come on in, and then what we'll do is we will take you before the immigration judge, and we will decide whether you have given up your residency by staying out too long. Well, the rules of the game changed suddenly, and now with those people who have stayed out too long, they're just simply detaining them at the border and putting them in immigration jail or immigration detention until a judge can sort it all out. That's number one. Number two, there are people with temporary visas that travel abroad to their home country, and they're being denied reentry. One prominent example was a Lebanese physician who went back home to Lebanon, and she came back on her H-1B professional visa, and what happened? Well, she came to the port of entry, they opened up her phone, they saw that she had attended a political event that they did not like, and they turned her around at the border. And this is happening in the United States. There are people who are here who are prominent scholars who weren't even part of a demonstration, but maybe wrote an article about the situation in Israel-Palestine. And they didn't like it. And they take their status away, they come and they arrest them, and they take them out of the country. That's what's going on. So what to do about this? First of all, if you don't have to travel out of the United States as a non-citizen, my advice is don't. Not until at least we know that the dust is settled and we know what the new rules of the game are. Secondly, think about your electronic devices. An iPhone, an Android. These things are little recording devices, and they're listening to whatever we do, and they're watching whatever we do, and they're a little bit unlike us. They don't forget. And even though we want to make them forget, the government has a way of activating the inactive memory in a device and seeing what you were up to. So this is a big problem. My understanding is that the doctor who got turned around and sent back to Lebanon had actually deleted the photos off of her phone, or so she thought. So be very careful. We simply don't know what the new rules of the game are, and the government, especially the Secretary of State, the President, are relishing turning people around at the border and arresting people and using obscure parts of the law that were never used in the way they're using them now to detain people. And we just don't know at this point how it's going to turn out. So what do you do? Well, if you absolutely have to travel and you're a permanent resident and your record is clean and all of these things are happening and you haven't posted a bunch of stuff that the president or the government wouldn't like about world conflicts, then you're probably going to be okay, but there's absolutely no guarantee. So if you have to go out, yeah, go out, I guess, but there is a risk in coming back in. But what else can you do? Well, become a citizen because they cannot deny you entry as a citizen, okay? Unless they find that you committed some sort of fraud, but they still have to put you through some procedures. And also, think about bringing different devices into the country and not bringing your full iPhone or your full iPad because they may open it. And if they don't like what they see and you're not a citizen, they can send you back. So just be very, very careful. Be very careful about what you do. Be very careful about what you say. And try not to travel abroad if you don't have to. I hate giving this advice as an immigration attorney, but we just simply have not seen these things happen. And also, just have a backup plan. If something were to happen to you, who are you going to contact? Understand, there's not an attorney who can run into a port of entry and help you. So you may be getting advice from overseas if you get sent back. So limit travel. Make sure that you're not bringing devices that they can open up and find compromising information on you. And just be very, very careful going forward. Know an attorney who can help you out if you do get turned around or have a problem at the port of entry. That's all that you can do. Now, if you want further information or to reach out to us, the link below will help you get in touch with our office. And we would look at your case, analyze it, and write back and tell you if we can help you or not. But it's very important that you stay informed and you take the proper precautions. All the best to you.